Hello, a new market day is gonna open in 4 minutes. So while the stock market is still a question mark, and especially high growth stocks, many of the high growth stocks is for the bold ones to be the long time winners. So that's how it is now. But many high growth stocks is already delivering great numbers in matters of sales, like in this first quarter of the year. So the top names of the EV industry is giving punches for the bears. But we are in the middle of a correction period, and the EV industry has a chip shortage. This is affecting the godfather of EV, the Tesla, among many other companies. And Tesla had some sales expectations of 160 to 165,000 for the first quarter this year, and analyst expectations was 177,000 according to the news late March. But they exceeded all the expectations with a sales number of 184,800 in Q1. And this is candy for the bulls. Candy. Like this. It's good. And that means it's actually a sales record because they beat the record of the record in Q4 2020, where they had just over 180,000 in sales. But the future is so bullish for Tesla. If we look at what Dan Ives wrote, that he said that they believe that China and Europe were particularly robust this quarter, as our trajectory now puts Musk & Co. to exceed 850,000 for the year, which is well ahead of whispered expectations. And that, my friends, is massive. That is just massive. That would be 350,000 more sales this year than last year, and that would mean a gain of 70%. So the EV demand is rocketing. It's really skyrocketing. So if you do believe that EV is in a bubble, I think you have to wake up to the reality. It's actually something else, because like if you're a bear and you're talking about like unjustified soaring values for the EV companies, do you even understand like the simple fact that the EV segment, the EV sales is also soaring like insane? Like, it's simple facts. Wake up. And also, when we see dilution after dilution, they come with the capital raises, and some people might get scared of that, and people see it as a warning, especially the bears see it as a warning. And I think it's a good question to ask yourself: why is this dilution or this capital raise happening? Why is it happening? And many get the creeps when like Tesla and NIO and other EV brands are announcing that it's going to be a capital raise. But the thing is, for me, I only get more confident in the stock when the dilution comes, because I already know they have great cars that really sells, and if they raise capital, they will just accelerate the progression for the company. So as a long-term investor, that's a great thing. I see it as positive, the dilution, and you can say whatever you want about that. I see it as a positive thing. And also, like, bears are talking about maybe the execution, the competition, and also the disruption risk. Like, when it comes to the disruption, like some are arguing that hydrogen is gonna take over more in the future. But the thing is, EV is here to stay. It's no question about it. EV is here to stay, and so it's all about the EV and the technology. Uh, yeah, that's especially like Tesla and NIO make. So if you do also look at the Chinese EV market like NIO and XPeng, they are going after a $5 trillion TAM, total addressable market of the next decade for the from 21 to 30, and that is totally massive numbers of 5 trillion, and you can just guess how that is gonna affect the value of the stocks. So even if the like uh, price to sales numbers is really high, you already know, like you compared with like Amazon, how it looked like in 2011. It was like 3,500. Like those numbers were insane, and if you compare to that and how where Tesla or where Amazon stands today, you just can see that NIO and Tesla can have the same trip as Amazon have. So I don't see any sign of pulling back in the long term for NIO and Tesla. So if you haven't heard about it yet, NIO had its best month ever when it comes to sales this March. So that's a record set in a month, in a quarter that is in general the worst or the weakest um, quarter of the year. And they really got it going, the sales there. And even though the chip shortages, but both NIO and Tesla sold more than in the Q1 this year compared to its previous quarter, and yeah, that was say the fourth quarter of 2020. So Tesla had a 2% gain compared to the fourth quarter, and NIO had 15% gain. So NIO is catching up to Tesla. It's gaining more in percentage each month and each quarter right now. Um, so yeah, these numbers really gives me confidence in this company. So for me, NIO and Tesla is the most interesting companies in the EV stratosphere. Like, but a lot of upcoming companies, EV companies, are popping up in the market that really tries to take market share from the EV giants. But I don't really care about them right now in the meaning of investing in them. I go for NIO and Tesla. That's it. But right now I got more money in NIO than I got in Tesla. But of course, I think that we all can agree that Tesla will stay number one in the EV market for eternity, or at least for decades. But in the long run, I think EV space is a safe haven, at least for me, and it will be definitely messy on the road, but I think we will all be winners if we just stay focused and invested in this EV companies that we have high conviction in. So yeah, I just wish you a great new year, and also a great year for the EV godfather of Tesla. Önskar en god fortsättning. Swedish. I know you like it. Take care.